Mike, I guess just big picture on the night. How challenging is it to get down the stretch of a game that you guys have controlled so much, and how tough is it to stay mentally locked in after they've come back like they did?
It can be very challenging, especially when you're playing against such a great team with great leaders in Paul George and Kawhi, and they're very capable of winning that game. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of games this year where they'll come back and win in that fashion. So for us, it's always a good sight to see that we're able to be resilient, to not get too panicked or anything like that, to stay poised in those late game situations and be able to come down and convert something on the other end when they're firing on all cylinders.
All right, next up, John Kuhn, AP.
Mike, you had 7 3-pointers that you made tonight. Obviously, the last one was a huge one when they made it a one-possession game. Can you just talk about what was working for you offensively tonight that you were able to attack and find those open looks when you needed them?
Yeah, I think for all of us, really, it was just the mindset of coming out to be aggressive. I think last night's game, we were, just trying to do the right thing too much, and myself included, and kind of turned down some looks that really would have gotten us in rhythm early in the game. So this game just wanted to come out and not hesitate, take the look when I got it. And as the game went on, my teammates just continued to try to feed me the ball and put me in actions and allow me to continue going. So it was a fun night and a night that we definitely needed.
Tony Jones, The Athletic.
Going back to last year a little bit, what do you do when, you're a veteran, you've been in one place for so long, and then you have an acclimation process, and, how much more, I don't want to, for lack of a better word, how much more liberating is it this year that you come in just like knowing the offense, knowing the system, and that you can just kind of play and read and react?
Honestly, it's, I'm just happy to be able to see this thing grow, myself included, because last year was a tough year. Just, went through a lot personally, just, on and off the court. It was a tough year, but one of the better years, I've had as a basketball player, as a teammate. So it was weird in that aspect. But, coming in this season, I just was continually trying to progress and learn more and kind of piggyback off of what, we were doing in the playoffs and even before the breakdown in March when the league postponed. Just try to continue that kind of play going forward. And it's so much easier with, the same group of guys and the same, system and things that I've learned just in a year's time has made a big difference.
Next up, Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Mike, when Quinn was asked how big your green light is on those pick and roll threes, he replied that it's a big green sun. What does that mean to you to hear that, after everything you just mentioned, after as rough as last year was, that's his level of confidence in you?
Well, he knows how I feel about him, man. He means everything. And, as a coach, I'm sure it wasn't easy for him last year. He could have made a lot of different decisions on my part, regarding me and whether to play me or to bench me or whatever came up at the time. And he stuck true to me. He's given me nothing but confidence. He's always calling and texting me, checking on me, making sure, running over plays for the next game or next week's game, whatever it may be. So he's had my back, and I just appreciate it. And I'm just going to continue to go out there and fight for the team, and whatever my role is on a nightly basis, I'm going to go out there and do it.
Now we have Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Hey, Mike, you said that it had been one of the best years that you'd had as a teammate. Can you kind of describe what you mean by that?
Well, it was like, I guess, for example, you go through that stretch where we won, however many games in a row, 10 games in a row maybe, or somewhere around there. I was out with the hamstring injury, and and had to watch from the sideline after, not starting the year very well myself. I wanted to be a part of it so much, but at the same time, I had to be a part of it from the sideline and kind of coach and watch and see it happening, without me involved. And that was tough. As a competitor, you want to be involved in those kind of that kind of growth of the team. And then when you get implemented back in the game, you don't want to be the reason why you guys take a step back. So it was just a lot of things that were going into play because we were doing so well. So like I didn't care so much about my personal situation because we were winning games. And if it was the opposite way, I'd be really upset at myself. But thankfully, Don, Rudy, Boyan, all those guys, last year came to play and kind of carried me along with them.
Okay, and last question, Kristen Kenny, Jazz TV.
Mike, this is more of a look ahead as you guys hit the road with 7 games. How different do you anticipate this road trip to be given the circumstances?
For myself, it won't be too much different. I don't really do much anyway. Staying in the hotel room is what I do, for the last 12 years. But I think it would just be a business trip. There's not a lot that we can do on the road. We've got some tough stretch of games, good teams. And we just need to be locked in on each and every one of them and continue to learn from our mistakes, continue to try to get better, continue to try to get more consistent as the games go on. And like, tonight was a great example, not to hang our head too much on a loss from a night before and be able to come back and win, because we're going to need that same kind of resiliency when it comes to the road trip.
All right, we're done here. Thank you so much, Mike.
All right, thank you.